everybody, this is Sandra Wells. Just wanted to come to you today because I have an issue and I wanted to talk to you about it. I have a 2013 Kia Sportage, and don't get me wrong, I love my car to death. However, early on in my car's life, it would lose power when I went to accelerate, and there was a couple other small issues. The dealership went over it and said, yeah, this is a problem, but you need to call them and let them know. So I did, and launched a formal complaint or opened a case number. And then I heard that cars were being recalled for it. However, they told me that my particular engine was not under the recall. And I was like, oh, but it's doing exactly the same thing. So, well, you don't have the turbo or something, I can't remember. But you have the same model and year and all that. So I was like, okay. So what do I do from here? And they said, if it just keep a record of it, and if it keeps happening, call us and you can launch another case. All right, fast forward a couple of years. Car is doing okay, but it's starting to make other like little noises and things. So I call back. I was so irritated, at that point I just hung up, forget it. So I started reading on the internet about these other Kia owners who had a 2013 Sportages and 2011 Sportages and 2012 that were having their engines recalled. Well, went in, did maintenance. I'm sure I missed one or two. However, the oil was changed and the car did look very good. I loved my Kia. So last week, my husband drove it, came home, all was fine, and the car would not restart. We did the battery, we went through all the things, our due diligence to see what it could be, had oil, everything else looked good, it just would not turn over. Turns out the engine's seized. We had to have it towed to Kia, and that's where they told me. And they were they looked up the VIN number because they felt like it had done everything, that the cars that were being recalled were done. There's a chance they may take a look at it and it may be on the recall list, and then they called them back and said, nope, this one's not. But others have been, but they don't think that they're going to do anything because it does have 150,000 miles. So I called Kia back, opened another case, and they said, yes, we do see that you've called previously, and we have your previous case number, and what's the problem? So I told them that it did the rattling and all the other stuff and seized up. Oh, well, that's terrible, but your engine's not under the recall. And I said, well, what were the symptoms of the ones that were recalled? And they started naming off the symptoms, Anyway, make a long story short, they said, well, we can launch an appeal and have the district manager come and look at it and see if maybe as a courtesy they would do an engine replacement or something like that. So I was like, okay, well, we'll do that since it wasn't under the recall. And that's all good and fine. So I went to, they told me they told me the district manager would call me back within 2 business days. And that was, I believe, on Thursday. It's now Wednesday. I called up there to check on it yesterday to see what was going on, and they said they were trying to get verification from the dealership, and I'm like going, I could have sent you the report, or you can call the dealership. No, we want to know where you've had service, because if you missed any oil changes or services, they come out and look. And I said, well, what'd the district manager say? Oh, we haven't even given it to him yet. So needless to say, since I'm not rich, I'm stuck with a car that doesn't work. Most likely they won't cover it because, yes, admittedly, it has 150,000 miles. I had the dealership go through the engine and everything, and they did agree that there's nothing that I did that caused it. They said the reason why the district manager or Kia may not even like take a second look at it because it has 150,000 miles. Have you seen this car? It looks fantastic. You know, they quoted me a price to change my engine of just shy of $8,000, and that's to get a remanufactured one. Okay, I looked it up. The engine cost is $3,400 and some change. So I'm guessing that you double that for the labor. And then there's a couple other things they said they wanted me to do, like get the starter change and one other thing. But anyway, it totaled up to $10,000. Had not heard from the district manager so far. From what I'm understanding from the second lady I talked to, they haven't even contacted the district manager. I understand that there has to be a line on cars that they cover, but if the car is doing everything the recall vehicles did and they've got a record of me calling previously, if it looks like a duck, acts like a duck, smells like a duck, walks like a duck, and talks like a duck, don't you think this might be a duck? So hopefully Kia will do the right thing and at least help out, if nothing else, because I did love the car. I didn't realize how important it was to call I should have called every single month, and I didn't. I only called, I think they have 2-3 times on record that I called, and now it looks like my car is going to go bye-bye. So if you have a 2013 Kia Sorento, or excuse me, Kia Sportage, 2011, and I think 2014 was also on the recall. If you have an engine that just doesn't follow the recall, but it was your model of car, you know, maybe we should talk. My name is Sandra. I'll be happy to talk to you. If Kia wants to talk to me, or if the district manager would like to talk to me, that would be great. But come on, guys, if it's doing everything that is on the recall, then maybe you should kind of extend the recall or at least take a look at it. Most likely nothing will happen, and yes, it is correct. I have 150,000 miles. This car does look pristine. I suppose looks can be deceiving. I love my Kia, but unfortunately I think we're about to part ways. So if you have any comments or questions, or if you know of anybody that's having the same problem, please tell them to call often before what happens to me happens to them. If they have less mileage, tell them to call every day they see a problem. Tell them to go to the dealership every single day. Make sure they keep every stitch of paperwork, because even though they can look at the engine, they can tell you took care of it. If you don't have the right kind of proof, they can deny it for that too. So keep your records, do your due diligence, and don't stay quiet about it. Don't just say, oh, okay, it's not on the recall, so I'll just let it go. That's not the way it works. Just continuously bug them, or at least let them know, document, save receipts, make sure you don't miss one receipt. If you can get the old-fashioned books where you sign when you get service, if you do the oil changes yourself like my husband did do, make sure you keep every receipt in a book, copy of receipt, just for these eventualities. Unfortunately, these things do happen. So guys, be careful, be out there, be aware, watch your recalls of your car types, models, look at the engines, and just be aware of it. Hopefully, there'll be a resolution. I don't know if it's one I'm gonna like, but maybe at some point I can sit down and talk with someone. But I'm not gonna lie, I loved my Kia, and I am heartbroken. So it is what it is, I guess. So if you have any comments, you can email me at letstalkga@gmail.com. That's letstalkga@gmail.com. And again, my name is Sandra. And Kia, not happy with you right now. Talk to you guys later. Bye.